the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Hey! Zabu, zabu, enyimba, the lion is here.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. I greet you according to your place of domicile, and I welcome you to this program. While you are joining, share the video, invite others to join. We tried to do this program few minutes ago, or maybe an hour ago, and we were not able to do it because of the reception of where we was. But right now, I believe I am in a better reception where I can do this program. Share the video, invite others to join. What we are here to do is to actually, confirm this arrest of this individual called Ekpa in Finland. Of course, I told him, just like I was saying, I told him and advised him, I've been advising him, even though you saw it as a jealousy or insult. I've been advising him, I've been telling him that, he will put himself in trouble. And the sign came to him when that small stroke, captured him, that bended one side of his mouth. I am not laughing at him. Of course, so many of you might believe that in this regard, that I am laughing at him. I am not. The most important thing is that whatever you sow, you shall reap. Anything you sow in this life, it is something that you must reap. There is no way you are going to escape karma. Like I always say, I made sure that I try to caution him that where he is going, there is no road there. He claims he is a lawyer. He claims he is a military. He claimed he is an international politician. So all these things made him to be ignorant. And above all, what made him to be ignorant was the blood of our people that has been spilled, that he actually projected. He actually have those blood in his hands. Prior to the time he started with Nelly, those blood are the blood calling for vengeance. You cannot kill the blood of Biafrans in the name that you are fighting for Biafra freedom. It is not possible. The only thing that this news is going to actually send a message to whether they have brought him in. Of course, they have taken him for questioning before, but now they have taken some, questioning from him. But now, whether they have taken him in for questioning, but I'm going to read the news for you to see that it is authentic. It is not a fake news. It is something that is happening. Of course, I did a few short video on Facebook few minutes ago about it. But now, the reason why I came where I will be able to bring you this image and actually read it out for you completely because I was rudely interrupted by my network. By the time I was doing it, I didn't know what happened. The broadcast just disappeared. But we are back again. So great and wonderful people of Biafra, what we are doing now is that because it is very, very important for anybody and everyone to know that you can never wage war, direct and indirect, psychological war, physical war, spiritual war. You can never wage it on IPOB and go scot-free. You see those people whom Simon sent to the street to go and start saying there will be no election, to go and start scaring people that there will be no election. Few days ago, their blood is in his head. The blood of these people, those children, they are somebody's children, they are somebody's husband, they are somebody's uncle, they are somebody's family member. So those blood are going to still hunt him. It is not about this arrest. When you look at it, so many people will believe that we that is on the side of the truth, we are going to be happy and be dancing for the sake of his arrest. It is not the karma. It is not yet what he need to pay for. You cannot kill for the sake of your selfish aggrandizement and you go scot-free on that. I warned him, even on the December, I think on December 23rd, I wrote on my page, I told him, it will not exit 3 months before you will be disgraced. If he was a very, very wise person, if you go to Judge Money blog right now, you scroll back, you will see that post, you will see that date. It is not about, who is who. It is about who actually read the algorithm, who actually follow the algorithm of everything that is happening within the struggle and outside the struggle. I followed the algorithm. I foresaw that this guy, if I was a pastor, you will see me as a prophet. I am not. I'm not a pastor, but what I have seen, I've been following the algorithm. I've been following what he is doing lately in Biafra land. This guy came and brought people who were under oath and he made them to derail. Those people, so many of them, they have given their life for this, for the sake of what he is, his stupidity. The worst of them is the unborn child who didn't even see this world before he or she was killed with the mother. For the sake of somebody searching for fortune and fame. These are the reason why we actually, we saw these things when we are fighting, so many of you, and let it be known that all of you that are in Europe, that has been propagating with him, pushing both those who were threatening Barrister Ejiofor, those who were threatening people in Biafra land, you are going to get your own fair share in this problem that you people have started. You guys believe that you will be able to wage war with the, with the setup of Chukwu Okike Abiama who lives in heaven. You cannot. It is not possible. We are fighting a just cause and the blood of innocent people have fallen for the sake of this freedom prior to 1967 up until date. And we are pushing this narrative in order for the whole world to make sure that they listen to us. But instead, somebody decided that they will not, instead of bringing, making our freedom fighting to, to be productive, they decided to start sabotaging it. Okay, we are still coming out clear. I don't know what is, it is hanging and coming up. So, all these things that we are doing, it is for the sake and for the benefit of our people. We have, in this freedom fighting, me, myself, Judge Money is my name. And I want to make it categorically clear to you today that I don't watch where there is injustice. I do not stay where there is injustice. Any place where, there is injustice, you will never find Judge Money. Any place where there is all these, people trying to reap where they did not sow, you will find Judge Money fighting for those whom are supposed to be to fight for. Biafra struggle, I saw it and I believe and I saw the potential of the struggle. I saw why the struggle is going. That is the reason why I joined. When I saw Simon Ekpa, I loved him as my brother. If he is, I don't know, that DNA must be conducted. I loved him and I was following him, following what he was doing, until I now discovered, after the arrest of the kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I started seeing different person. I started seeing that everything he's been putting up there, it was actually preparing himself for today. And now the repercussion is what you have seen in front of my screen. I'm going to bring it and read it for you. He did it himself. Whatever that is happening to him right now, it is him that called it for himself. Anything that the gods of our land actually descend on him, it is him that called it for himself. You will never see anybody in this struggle who have taken an oath to make sure that they propel this struggle with truth and honesty, and they derail. You will never see them ever having a happy ending. They will never have a happy ending. That is the way it is. It is very important that everybody who are in this struggle know about it, be well aware. Anybody who has taken an oath, for you as person who is not yet a member of IPOB, if you know you will not uphold, you will not actually make sure that the oath you are going to take, you are going to stand by it and fulfill the mandate of that oath, you better not join IPOB. All these people that are dying in Biafra land, they are some of them who took an oath to make sure that Biafra land is safe. Some of them, they derailed and they have forgotten the mandate that they have taken up for themselves, and now all of them paid it with their lives because they followed, they followed the lies that the enemy presented, and they got carried away. It does not matter whether you know or you don't know. That's why I always say those who are ignorant shall be judged by the ignorant. Those who knows the truth shall be judged by the truth. That is it. It does not matter whether I know, whether I am, you say you are confused. You are a human being who's supposed to have a discerning spirit. That this thing I am doing, is it right or wrong? And it is not long ago, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, when I told you there is a political revolution that is about to happen in Nigeria. Political revolution. That is the reason why we don't have to interfere with this, their stupid election. We don't need to interfere. Let them actually do whatever they are doing. Let it not be that IPOB is the problem or Biafra movement is the reason. We don't want anybody to have a safe landing in whatever selection process they want to go through. We don't want to be the one to be blamed. I said it. And I called him in that program. I told him, stay away. This thing you are doing is going to swallow you. It is going to actually destroy you. You are treading in a path that is going to destroy you. We are kicked out. Wow, we are kicked out on Facebook. So, whether you are my enemy, whether you are my friend, I will still tell you exactly what is going on. What we are fighting, we are not fighting to go and take something that belongs to anybody. We are not fighting to go and scam people. We are not fighting to go and kill people. We are not fighting to go and intimidate people. We are fighting to restore the land of God on the face of this planet Earth, because we are special people of God. Chukwokika is bearing us witness, and he is fighting every of our battle. Regardless of how you say you don't know or you know, you will still pay for the crime that you have committed knowingly and unknowingly. Not only you that is going to pay for it, your generation are going to pay for it. That is one thing that you know that will never change. Something that will never change. Whatever you do, whatever you sow, you shall reap. Anything you sow, in this world, it is something that you must reap. You must reap it. There is no two ways about it. And you should also understand that IPOB, Abidosi Belogi, you will never finish it. IPOB, when they cook for you, you will never finish it. I believe that those, I don't know those who are on Facebook, if they are joining YouTube, because since Facebook has taken us out of Facebook, I don't know if they have joined YouTube, but I don't want to be having, because when I am rebroadcasting this, it will be so awkward when we will still be on Facebook and saying that Facebook kicked us out. So I know that they have kicked us out, but we will try to get back to it later. So in this regard, let me read the news from Finland, the news of his arrest, before we actually go to, I don't want to try to connect, but let's read the news. First of all, I am going to read it from, I read it before from international news. Breaking. Finland authorities arrest pro-Biafran agitator Simon Ekpa. Pro-Biafran agitator Simon Ekpa. And let me continue. I'm scrolling. Finland authorities on Thursday, which is today, arrested a popular pro-Biafran separatist agitator Simon Ekpa, according to a Finland news outlet, HS. Finland news outlet HS. You should go and Google it to find the authenticity of this news. HS. The police escorted the separatist out of his apartment in Lahti. The platform claimed that they had gone to Ekpa's residence for an interview, but to their surprise, the Finland police KRP answered when the HS team rang the separatist bell. So the Finland police was already inside the apartment before this news company arrived. So the HS said that the KRP prevented their team from entering Ekpa's apartment, said that that the interview will be moved to the future. So they said that the interview of this guy will be moved to the future if need be. So let us continue to read. When contacted, an official of the Finnish embassy in Abuja who craves anonymity confirmed Ekpa's arrest to the Punch on Thursday. It is our understanding that he is currently in police custody in Finland, the official, who is not authorized to speak to the press, told the Punch. According to information available to us, the image is verified by Helsingin Sanomat, a Finnish newspaper. In it, I want you to also go there, Helsingin, which is HELSINGIN, HELSINGIN, then Sanomat, SANOMAT, which is Sanomat. Helsingin Sanomat, a Finnish newspaper. In it, Ekpa is seen being escorted out of his home in Lahti by plainclothes Finnish police, the official volunteer, which is something that you are seeing in front of your screen right now as we are broadcasting. Before his eventual arrest on Thursday, Nigeria all over the world have signed a petition appealing to the Finnish government, Nigeria government and European Union to arrest the brain behind the sit-at-home order in the southeast. Ekpa, a self-acclaimed disciple of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, had repeatedly ordered the people of southeast to observe a sit-at-home and ask them to boycott the country's general election bills for Saturday. Now, I want you to understand before we proceed with the news, because I am going to actually extend this news to the one. I'm going to go to these newspapers that they have mentioned here in order to read it as well. I want you guys to now understand that whatever he was doing, it is all about southeastern Nigeria. Whatever IPOB is doing in the freedom movement, it is all about the Biafra land, which is the old eastern Nigeria. Now, for you to understand, when we tell you that his agenda is not the agenda of IPOB, we are fighting to liberate and save everybody that is Biafran, because we must be complete before we march. If we are not complete, we are not going anywhere. So his agenda is, he saw that in the southeast he can just take them for granted. That is the reason why, because the politics the southeastern people are playing with themselves, it is what gives a room for a criminal to actually come in and maneuver and take over the land. Kidnappers, terrorism, they thought it was a business as usual. Dave Umahi and his cohort, they thought it was a business as usual. Until he gets to this extent. Of course, you know Dave Umahi does not support even you are obedient. Dave Umahi does not support obedient. Dave Umahi was still the same person who threatened for this parallel group to be created. And it was created. And you never see Dave Umahi saying anything anymore. Ever since that we've been grappling with this infiltration, and we've been complaining and crying with a loud voice that these people, what you are doing, it is not IPOB, it is not Biafra agitation. They were only searching for fortune and fame. And this is now Simon. Don't forget that Azuka, which is one of the brain behind the killing in our land, she is going to pay for her own. She is going to pay for her own. And now you need to understand, just like these 6 able-bodied men whom they sent out with pump action, Chakapo, a few days ago, to say that the car is driving itself. These people, they were all murdered by Nigeria Army. Whose blood? Where is this blood on? The same people that Azuka is on the voice asking, who is giving you bullet that you are using? Bullet to do what? What are they doing with bullet? Have you ever seen auto criminal shown you in the bushes where they are fighting terrorism? Have you ever seen it? So what were they doing with bullet? The same people she was referring to, the same people that was killed like animal. They were killed like nobody, with the juju all over their body. Nonsense juju. We told you that all of these native doctors in your land, they are all criminals. You go there, you waste your time, you come and be acting Galadima. You be acting Galadima. They gave you a fake juju. You come and be acting Galadima. You don't know that what you are doing, you are desecrating the land of Elohim. The land of Elohim that we are actually working towards restoring the dignity of this land. You were desecrating that same land. And you believe that you will not pay with your blood. You actually call for yourself to be killed. In this regard, whatever you have seen, those people, they sent them to go and do campaign, no election, this and that in Biafra land. These people, they all fall the same day. 6 of them. I have those pictures, but it is not something I could show you. 6 of them. They are they are human beings. So this is why our people need to rethink. You need to think twice before you engage in a battle with IPOB. You don't know. You cannot wage a war with IPOB. IPOB, Chukwu Okike Abịama knows about this movement. Chukwu Okike Abịama knows about this movement. Remember that Jesus Christ, according to the parable of Christ, he told you that he is not coming he is not coming to be killed again. He is coming with for reckoning. It is a reckoning, the time of reckoning. So whatever you do, you shall reap. Anything you do, you will see it in front of you. Especially killing the blood of innocent man, killing the blood of a Biafran, whether they are innocent or not. As long as you are not you are not pure enough, you are not holy enough to take that life, you can never take a life of another person. As long as you are not, if you search yourself, you are not worthy of taking another man's life. When I told you that Simon Ifeneme, so many of you believe that it is part of my joke, or so many of you believe that it is part of my, gesture for life to go on. No. When I told you that nwoke ni Ifeneme, you should understand that nwoke ni Ifeneme for real. It is not a mouth. It is not a joke. It is not. The same applies to all of them, including you that is actually listening, or you that is running to go and check, or you that is running to go and post, who is using and sharing his video, broadcasting, saying that, you're using it as a blog to make money. Making money as he is calling for people to die, as people are dying for the sake of what he is doing. You are coming out and using it as a money-making scheme, believing that you are just sharing it. You are not. It is not your problem, because you can do anything to get money. That is the problem of your people. Some of you are willing to do anything and everything just to make money. As long as money is coming, it is as a result of Nigeria. But will you allow Nigeria, the way they have treated you, to take away the humanity in you? You cannot. It is you as. All right, we are back again. I don't know what is going on with the network. Let me make sure that this doesn't happen again. So, great and wonderful people of Biafra, sorry for that interruption. And then, so what I was saying is that let me finish the news before we go look for it in the other, in the Finland newspaper, which they made mention here. So, okay, it says there is something, it says here in one of the links, 5 things to know about Simon Ekpa. Finland debunk arrest threat against, okay, these were the old news. Remember that the time they debunk the arrest threat of this guy, it was that time that the real investigation kicks in for them to make sure that he cannot actually meddle with the investigation. That's why they debunked it. It was the truth, and I knew it was the truth. They came to debunk it. You know why? Because they don't want their investigation to be compromised. This is Europe, for goodness sake. That is Europe. That is the way they are. All of you who are in Europe, America, that is following these activities of this criminal, you will be investigated without you knowing. Because some of you believe that it is zoo. You are in the zoo where there is no system of investigation. They just pick up innocent people and prosecute. This is Europe. Now, all this while, they actually, because they debunk the arrest, whatever that was trending that time, and the guy believed that no, he is bigger than everything. Remember that they are going to bring up the time he said he went to parliament to submit Biafra. They are going to bring up the time he claimed he went to office of a president. They are going to bring out what he's using, the military uniform that he's using to dupe people. All these things are going to be charges against him. You cannot use all that. It is actually committing a fraud, or committing a theft under false pretense. This is a fraud. It is called a fraud. It is a theft under false pretense. You claim you are a military in Finland, using the military uniform, flashing it all over the place, to use it to intimidate gullible people who has been in the rural area, that has, when you hear that they are military in abroad, they will all be so eager to know who is this person because of poverty and lack of exposure. He took advantage of such things and he used it against our people, believing that he's going to go scot-free. That is Europe. It took so long. I can assure you, it took so long. Under false pretense, at least it is one of the smallest cases he's going to answer. You might even find him answering a case of international terrorism. You might even find him answering that case. You shouldn't be surprised if he answers that case. Because whatever he did, it is on record. I advised him in the year 2021 when he was calling for the politicians, for them, all of them will be killed, all of them will be do this. I advised him. I told him, take it easy. Take it easy. He never listened. So let me continue reading. He repeated sit-at-home order. His repeated sit-at-home order has been marked by bloodshed and destruction of lives and properties in the region by its enforcers. The Punch had on February 15 reported that federal government summoned the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, Rina Päiväinen, over hate speech and incisive comments by Simon Ekpa. At the meeting with the Päiväinen, Nigeria Foreign Affairs Minister Geoffrey Onyema said Ekpa's action was fast becoming a threat to the forthcoming election and that federal government would not take it lightly with him and the Finland government if nothing drastic is done. We thought it was important for us to have this chat with you to let you know that. Of course, he is living in the comfort of his home there in Finland, and we know that we have been in touch with your good self. We have had some time to ensure that we arrest this situation, but it appears the situation is getting out of hand. Now, let me tell you the potential thing that led to this guy's arrest. Forget this what Orhanez and Igbo and Onyema is ranting. Let me tell you exactly what led to his potential arrest. To this, not potential arrest. What is the potential evidence that led to his arrest? Let me tell you to you. You know, because most of the things that we see, we undermine them. Let me tell you, the interview that he granted is one of the things that put him in danger. That interview he granted by YLE News, Yle News in Finland or Sla News in Finland, is one of it, because in that interview, like I said yesterday in my broadcast, which is the same broadcast that played, few minutes ago, where I told you that this guy, he went to Finland News. He told them that he leads the indigenous people of Biafra. He leads the indigenous people of Biafra. Now he came to his arranged news, which was the same thing you saw the other day. He said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is his leader. He said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is his leader because it is in English. The one is claiming he's going to interpret for you. That was in Finnish language, because he knows what he said there. That is the reason why he could not bring it up. But he went and forged this news, and of course, some of all these criminals he's working with, his irats, are the ones actually putting him more in danger. Because after that bogus interview, he claimed he was interviewed. They claim that he is creating awareness all over the world that Russia News TV finally interviews him. Do you know the gravity of such? And they were asking him questions there. In that news, he brought it to the public domain. It was that news that prompted to the quick arrest of this guy. You see that interview he posted? It was what prompted to his quick arrest, apprehension. Because that is an evidence, that is a contradictory information from what he gave to Finland in Finnish language. And I know that path. I am a leader there in Finnish language. He came to English where he exposed himself. He said that he is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is his leader. and he communicates with him somehow. It is a contradiction that could lead you to prison. To prison. To take you away for a very long time. Because even if the information you gave them in Finland was accepted by them, they were monitoring you. Then you came and brought this one. The next thing is it is Russia TV. From Russia TV, now they were asking you, and you still insisted that who were funding you. You say Biafran people were funding me. What are you doing with the funds that Biafran people are giving you? What were you doing with it? You are using it to breed criminals. That's exactly what the journalists did not. But when you say Biafran people were funding me, what were you doing with? Because there has never been a philanthropic work that you have done with the money they have given you. What were you doing with the funds that is being released to you by Biafran people? You are using it to buy weapon. You are using it to buy chakapo, to give people to go and die. Isn't it? So, if eventually whoever that is going to interrogate him, or you will ask him, how are you using the funds you claim that Biafran people are giving you? Where are they? You are pushing it for destruction of the southeastern region of Nigeria. That's exactly where it ends. Have you ever go to save people? There was a time there was a natural disaster. The rain actually plunged people's means of livelihood. The rain evicted people from their home. Was it not in Biafra land? Did you use such money to go and save these people, or anybody that is involved in that incident? You didn't do so. So what are you fighting for? Who are you fighting for? You have never. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, at least he's paying school fees of some people. He makes sure during the time of COVID-19, when Nigeria staff everybody and lock them up in the house, just like Ekpa in Finland has been doing, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu took a food parcel. He took incentive to all these people who are poor, who were not able to afford that sit at home. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did it. What have you been doing with the funds? You are using it to go to nightclub to play snooker. You are using it to enter Biafra. You are using it to buy chewing-gum and granite for criminals in Biafra land. You and Azoka. That has been what you have been using it for. So, if you don't know, that interview is just something that actually gave these people what they were looking for. It gave them what they were looking for. And that political party that he is part of, that local political party, NCP, it is going to have a problem from the opposition party, because this is the time for the opposition party to shine. In case you don't know it in politics, it is time for the opposition party to shine. Now, let us continue with the news. We have had some time to ensure that to arrest this situation. So let me move from here. Okay, the sad thing is that this gentleman has a lot of followers out there, and the moment he issued this instruction, what happens is that you have destruction. The very next day, they embark on killing and burning, and you name it. And we believe this is not acceptable. It's important to get to know that these elections are being threatened by the action of someone, and that something needs to be done immediately to address the situation. Okay, let me now move from here. Let us go to search for that news on those news channels that they mention. One is let's see, Helsingin Samona. Let us search that news from there. Just one moment. All right. Now I have actually gotten in to the Finland newspaper itself. I have gotten into the Finland newspaper itself. Let's see if it is what I am looking for. Okay, yes. This is from Finland. Let me do the screen grabbing. Let me do the screen grabbing and show you. Let me let me Let me do the screen grabbing and then show you what I am trying to say. No. No. Okay. So, let me see if I'll be able to share it. Otherwise, if I cannot share it, I want to show you the Finland news itself because let me see if I'll be able to share it the screen. Where is it? Let me see. Will I be able to? One moment, so that you will read it yourself. Unfortunately, I cannot share it, but let me try to share the whole screen. The whole screen. Now let's share the whole screen. Are you seeing it? I believe you are seeing it. Because right now I am sharing the whole screen. Are you seeing the whole screen in front of you? Let me see how it is presented before we go to read it. Let's see how it is presented before we go to read it. Now, of course, you are seeing the whole screen. Let us read. His Finnish Finnish police detained Biafra separatist leader Simon Ekpa. This is Finland news. Ekpa, a local NCP councillor in the city of Lahti, has been advocating for and financing an armed uprising in his native Nigeria. Now you will understand that he is a native of Nigeria. Of course, are you paying attention? Let us continue. You see how they captured where he is actually doing all the enter. Now, let us continue. I hope you are reading with me. Slane News is YLE News, which is this one. Let me highlight. Of course, you can see this. Slane News, Finnish. Okay, this is the name of the news company. It is a Finland news company. So now it says, Finnish police have detained Simon Ekpa following an operation at his home in Lahti on Thursday. On Thursday, Helsingin Sanomat has reported in Finnish. Are you paying attention? Ekpa is a local councillor in the Finnish city representing the National Coalition Party NCP in bracket, but has been accused by the Nigeria government of the leading an armed revolt in the Biafra region in the southeast of Nigeria. In the southeast area. Now you will need to ask yourself, why is it that ever since this guy started this, he never crossed to the coastal region? He didn't go there. Everything he's been doing is in the southeast Nigeria. But when he claimed he's Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's disciple, what type of disciple is he? Is he that, everything he's doing is opposite to the master? Everything he does is opposite to the master. Remember, he claimed that he's a lawyer. It is part of the things that might be used against him. But let us continue. If you are joining us on that YouTube, follow that page. Subscribe to that page. Click the like button for the algorithm to continue to share this video. Now, if you are watching on Twitter, continue to retweet that video. Ekpa is a local councillor in Finnish city, representing the national coalition, but has been accused by Nigeria government of leading an armed revolt in Biafra region in the southeast of Nigeria. That is number one. Nigeria authorities have reportedly called on Finland to intervene and prevent Ekpa from continuing his activity. Nigeria Daily Business Day reported that the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs had summoned the Finnish ambassador Lina Pavaninian over misinformation, disinformation, hate speech, and incisive comment by a Nigeria-Finnish lawyer. Oh, maybe we will see about that if he's indeed a lawyer. And the Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa. Now, using social media, Ekpa has called on millions of people to boycott upcoming Nigeria general election. Nigeria general elections set to take place this Saturday, 25 February. His Twitter video in which he tells people to stay in their homes and not cast their ballot has been viewed over 1 million times. Now, that is the Twitter video. Let's see it.
As we continue to maintain no Nigeria election will be allowed in Biafra territory in 2023. It is a task that must be done by every Biafran. For this reason, you must save the following date. These dates are going to be very, very significant date. Very, very important date. Save the following date. The 23rd of February 2023. The 24th of February 2023. The 25th of February 2023. The 26th of February 2023. The 27th of February 2023 and the 28th day of February 2023.
Are you listening?
Save these dates in your calendars and wait.
With no help, who is funding you? Biafran people are funding you. But when the news journalists, investigative journalists went on the ground, they got a different information from Biafran people. From market women to the people you claim you are fighting to restore their, these people are people that does not know where you come from. But you claim you are fighting for them. Ekpa has previously told Claire that he is leading the rebel group from his home in Lati, with the stated aim of establishing an independent Biafra state. He told them he is leading the rebel group in Lati. I condone violence against Nigeria's central government forces. It's question of self-defense. They are constantly attacking us, he told Schle. Ekpa has also imposed a curfew on 5 states in the southeast region. You see, where it is west, the west part of them all is 5 states, 5 eastern region, southeastern region. When Biafrans is made up of 10 to 13 states. 10 to 13 states is Biafra. That is, but this guy has targeted the eastern region. You begin to ask yourself, I've been asking myself, why is eastern region his target? Why has eastern region been his target? They actually made available another video of his, which you are going to listen to now.
For this reason, the preparation to stop election from having and taking place in Biafra land, the following date is therefore declared sit at home. There will be sit at home in entire Biafra on the 9th of December 2023. 2022. There will be sit at home in Biafra land on the 10th of December 2022. There will be sit at home on the 11th of December 2022. There will be sit at home 2022. After the 12th of December, we are going to have a break.
This was the one that killed the pregnant woman. This was the one that led to the death of a pregnant woman. So let us finish.
The next will be on the 14th of December 2022. I hope I'm coming out very clear.
That is the end of it. Following the publication of the Helsinki Sonamat article on Thursday, Schler spoke with Tommy Wren of the National Bureau of Investigation, NBI, to seek confirmation that Ekpa was indeed the man detained. Now, this is the confirmation of his detention. The confirmation of his detention. Wren confirmed that officer had carried out an operation in Lati, but at this stage, the name of the detained man and the reason cannot be disclosed to the public. I can confirm the operation, yes, but not the person's names as it's still ongoing, Wren said. Now, neighbor confirmed police operation to Slay. A neighbor of Ekpa's, speaking under the condition of anonymity, confirmed declared that the police operation had taken place on Thursday. I noticed what was happening because where is it? Because I was just leaving for lunch at the time. I looked out the window. I saw that there were several cars in the yard. The neighbors had said, adding that Ekpa usually behaved very normal except for occasional noises from his flat at night. There has been some loud talking. Once there was a bit of a disturbance and my husband had to go down to his door to talk. But we avoided a major conflict, the neighbor said. Now, I am surprised at how quickly this happened, but from what has been in papers and in the news, I expected this. This is his neighbor saying that. His neighbor saying he expected this from what has been trending in Finland newspapers. He expected this. The neighbor added, would you like a roundup? Okay, this one is not part of the news. This is another you see it. This is it. The link of the news. HS Finnish police detain Biafran separatists. So he is detained, not just arrested. He is detained. So it means that it is serious. So now this is where I am going to actually, because of course you have confirmed it, the news, this is where I am going to be leaving the news itself from here, because now it is very, very important now for you to understand that the news is accurate. It is no joke. It is not a propaganda, but now it is now awaiting those who has been involved with him. They will actually face the music as well. Those that is involved with his activities, they are going to face the music. Of course, they are going to face the music. And in that regard, I am actually, those who have lost their life because of the activities of this guy in Finland, I wish them, safe journey. But to some of them, They basically lost their life for the sake of their ignorance. They lost their life because of ignorance, and in that regard, I still wish them, safe journey. In their next life, maybe they will correct the mistake they have made in this life. This guy, if we continue to tell you this guy's activities in our land, if we continue to tell you what this guy has caused this struggle, what this guy did to the Eastern Security Network, how he divided them, and all those boys that followed him, they are all murdered. They are all killed. And you would not understand it, but one day, all this information, you will get familiar with it. You will see it. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes out, you will begin to see all these things unfolding before your eyes. It is, like I said, I always say, and I am saying it again, it is very important. If you know you cannot actually keep up to the oath that you have taken in IPOB, please stay clear. Do not go and engage. Oath kills. It is part of something that in our tradition, in our land, in our culture. If you take yourself through the history, you will find out our people never committed crime a lot. Because in every community there will be an oath that everybody needs to take. So in this regard, you have seen how it unfolded. You have seen how Ekpa's bogus agitation, where it has landed him. The same applies to Azoka and every other person that has been supporting and promoting all his activities. The same applies to them. They will all, at some point, pay for their crime. They will all at some point pay for their crime, because what goes around shall always come around. Our people are dying because they lack wisdom. Our people are dying because they lack knowledge. So that knowledge is what we've been trying to impact in their lives, but they refuse to acknowledge it. Rather, they become more ignorant. But this time around, it will teach you a lesson. Nobody will wage a war against Umuchukwu. Ezigbote Umu Chineke. Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to carry us, will continue to guide us, will continue to take us through until we restore the land of Elohim, until we restore Biafra, until we make it happen. There is no way Biafra will not come. There is no way Biafrans will not celebrate come 2023. We will celebrate. I am not saying Biafra will come 2023, but Biafra must celebrate in 2023. It is something I said in 2019 or in 2019 was when I made that broadcast in this YouTube. I made that broadcast. It will still happen. It will still happen. Biafrans are going to celebrate. If you go down to the early videos I make within 2019-2020, you will see one of those videos. I think it has 400 views only. You will see it where I say 2023 will be a year of Biafra. Are going to actually, are going to settle. But in this regard, I'm not saying Biafra is going to come. If it comes, thank God. It is not what I am saying, but it might be. But however it is, we must know that Chukwu Okike Abiama is with Biafra, and IPOB led by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the man that actually preached the gospel of truth unadulterated, the man that does not actually use the money that belongs to IPOB to go and buy a car or go and enrich himself or go and buy, things that will, make him, popular, or he didn't do that. He came to this struggle with the intention of restoring our freedom and our dignity. And that has been the reason why he is still up and running. That has been the reason why there is no court that will ever win him. If you go to Biafra land, anybody you ask about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they will tell you they are willing to even die for him. That is what is different from him and this guy that has been apprehended, because immediately when I heard that there is a journalist who went to Biafra land, that journalist is not just an ordinary journalist. He is a police. He is a detective. He is a police detective. It is not just it is not just a regular journalist. He went to investigate, and he whatever he gathered there. Like I always tell Biafrans, do you know the only thing that when he ordered for that seat at home that killed? Remember I told you that the thing that will bring this guy behind, the other side of the law is the support that people does not have for him in Biafra land. That if people in Biafra land have support, if he has the people's support on the ground, it will be difficult for this guy to have problem. But he does not have people's support on the ground. Not even, he only have criminal support. The only people he has their support in Biafra land are gang of thieves. Those are the people he has their support in Biafra land. And that is the reason why there is nothing that will make this guy, this thing that happened has been inevitable. It's inevitable. Had it been he has people's support on the ground, believe you me, that journalist that flew to Nigeria will never, this will not lead to this. Likewise, Azoka, she will also pay for her crime. She's the one sending money for bullets and guns. She's the one who is in charge. Who do you give bullet to? Who did you give gun to? Gun to do what? To do kidnapping. Gun to do what? To go and kill innocent people. Gun to do what? To go and intimidate market women. That has been what Azoka has been doing. But her own fate is on the way. Great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, this is where I am going to bring it to an end. Of course, share the video, like the video, and don't forget to hit the subscription button on this YouTube channel. We will continue to propagate this gospel unadulterated. We don't have any hate for anybody. I don't wish anybody ill, but anybody that wish the struggle ill, illness shall follow that person, because it is our future and the future of our children that they are playing with. There is nobody, every life matters. Every life is very important. So you do not use because of your selfish aggrandizement and you waste innocent lives. You have to pay for it. This is the beginning of a new beginning. Please click that subscription button. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay informed. We are live on YouTube at Judge Money Blog Africa. We are also live on Twitter at Judge Money C. I believe Facebook, we are on Facebook at Judge Money Blog, at Judge Money Official, at Judge Money/TV. But we are not, I believe they kicked us out, and I didn't want to actually, because it makes so many different videos at a time. So I didn't bother to connect back on Facebook. Facebook has been manhandling us. Facebook has been ill-treating us because it is their platform. We cannot propagate this gospel because they don't like the freedom of black nation. They don't like, oppressed to have a voice. That's why they're doing what they are doing. But we pray that one day, very soon, we are going to actually have our freedom, and we will build our nation, and we create a platform where our activists will continue to propagate this gospel for freedom and for good governance. It will continue, but no longer will not be on Facebook anymore, because Facebook is showing us actually that they are actually, they choose whom to make their voice to be heard. And it is always the voice of the oppressor, not the voice of the oppressed. So,